Hi Tracy, how are you? And others who's Tracy, Shanice, and
Hi,
I hope you
sir.
guys are
I'm doing
nice.
okay.
Good. Um, what is missing from the class so far? Let me see if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing.
Why my friend ever
Mhm.
on?
What is missing from the class? Do we have a WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
There is one?
Yes, sir. Remember, Shanice created one on her first class, the day of
Because
her first class.
guess what? No, Trace.
What
Me,
happened?
me in a one play today. I want to touch base with Uno. Look as I may, I couldn't find the group. So do me a favor. Send me a message in the group now so I can see what it is called.
Okay, sir.
Jesus, what I can't believe so the group is there.
Oh, sir, na easy at
No, sir, it was a senior moment
So Shanice,
because
all right.
let me tell you what I wanted to do. Um, I was looking for the group so that I could ask you guys to send me your email addresses so that I can set you up on Educasoft so we can start doing some online work.
Okay, sir.
And this was from about Tuesday night, and I said, "Geez, and peas, I finished class." And
I sir, I sent a message in the group, sir.
me not see no message from you. Oh, you know what I think happened? Shanice never add me to the group.
I think you're in the group, man. Cause oh, yes, sir. Wrong. Yeah, yeah, it's the next group. Shanice, you know, add sir, where you going?
Yeah, send me the and I'll just sir.
But me not under, but no me feel unloved. No me really feel unloved because after me get up big bright early.
Probably you weren't
This
at class today when it was created. So Shanice, send the
no
link
man, she
in the
was there.
group so you can join from the link.
Join from the link, Naomi. All right. Let me see if I can add this here to the Zoom.
All right, sir. So
There goes the number. Um, just add it, please, so I can get you guys going because me all beef up and ready for the class, because my group of students, I'm ready for the applied maths. I'm ready for
I tell
get
you.
access to edit, get access to edit stuff and say, yeah, mom, I got set work for them. I said, but hold on. Where the WhatsApp group there? I said, but I don't understand what's going on. All right, so do me a favor. Um, those of you in class now, just send me, all right, thank you, my love. Just send me your email address in this chat now. Send me your email address in the WhatsApp group, please, not in the chat. Those of you who are here in class now, put your email address, but hear me out. Make sure say on a spell on an email or on a give me the email correctly. Drop your email address, make sure it's correct. Remember, it's my.ecc.edu.jm. I'm merely going to be copying and pasting to create the group. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes while I wait on the others to come in. I know it's 5 o'clock and people are still coming in. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and just set up the editor online. So do that for me, please. I'll go mute, yeah? Are you all receiving emails from me so far?
I'm going to check, sir.
Yes, sir. Got the email, sir.
All right, good job. Anybody else?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir, not.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Check
I
Naomi.
just
Nicola, can you unmute me, please? Oh, it's Francis. Okay. It's Francis, all right.
Got it now, sir.
Good job.
Got the email, sir.
Great. Go ahead and set it up, please. Log on for me, please.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the link is not working for me.
Neither me, sir.
Go to
Sir.
educasoft.com. Go to educasoft.com for me, please. So both of them. Give me a super much. So if you can log out for me, please, in the meantime. Let's see now who. Naomi, are you home yet? Naomi?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
You're home yet? Are you home yet? Naomi? Hayden?
Sir, I don't reach home yet. I don't reach home yet.
All right, then cool. All right, give me a 5. So if you can log on to the platform, if you can't get on, that's fine. When I come, I'll help you sort out. This is what I want to do. I should have done on Tuesday, but I didn't remember to. I couldn't get on because I never know that the group. Well, I wasn't added to the group, so at the time, so I couldn't reach out to you guys. All right. Give me a few. I'll come back in 2 weeks.
I'm in now, sir.
Sir, I'm in on my phone.
I got on as well.
Sorry, excuse me. Sir?
All right. So is everybody there now? I'm hoping it's a yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I log on the phone. Where you know the phone, man? You see it, the tour, the assessment.
Okay. Now I'm seeing more students coming onto the class now. Um, Let me just see who, because I'm going to go through Edit briefly today.
It's not working for me. I don't know why. It says be at least 21 years of age.
What you
Michaela,
say?
are you that?
Yeah.
Michaela, what? Say that again, my love. You're saying what?
It says at least be 21 years of age, and it's not moving from right there.
For Edit.
Yeah, it's just not moving. Start over, and then it said be at least 21. That makes sense.
I don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't get anything looking like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sir, hold on.
You go up on edicosaf.com and then you follow the thing.
All right.
Sir,
Let
good
me,
evening, sir.
hey, how are you doing?
Sir, I'm just joining, sir. What are we supposed to be doing now?
You're supposed to be going online. You're supposed to, hold on. Am I, Nicola,
Yes, sir.
you just said knock something in the chat?
Yes, sir.
What did you
You're
send?
supposed to pick the Jamaica.
Oh, no, that's not what you're supposed to say. Oh, no. All right, you hold on. All right, somebody was coming. Is that Laurie who was coming on a while ago? Somebody was coming on a while ago. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nicola, can you confirm that this is your correct email address, please? By the way, are you the one saying that you can't get on?
Yes, sir.
Um,
Sir,
Yes, my love.
for Edicosoft, what's the what's we must use login? What's the password?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, so
Mhm. All right. Somebody was coming in. I'm trying to find. Is this class have Lori? Yes, man. Who was asking what we're doing today? All right. Never mind. Leave that alone. You are just okay. This is where I need to go. All right. So Shariki, Shanice, Naomi. It's Laura, of course. She's there. Laura, we're not hearing you. Ashley, Angelina, Amoy, Shani. Shani, I don't have your email address, so you're not on the system. Tracy and Shanice. Shani and Loris, may I have your email address, please? Because once I start demonstrating, I'm not going to stop to get you guys added.
okay. Sir, it's S. Sir, I'm gonna send it in the chat.
In WhatsApp group, please.
I'm not a part of the WhatsApp group. Can I be added?
Sure. Send it in the chat for now, but sure. Look in the chat also, you see the link for the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Nikela, you're not getting on still, Nikela? Talk to me, Nikela. Your mic moving, but I'm not hearing you.
Say again, my love.
Yes, love. You still not getting on?
So it says I'm in. I just see section and logged out. I'm not seeing anything else. It's a welcome to Edicosoft. That's it.
I'll check to see if you're in. Yes, you are. Jericia, you need to log on, please. You're the only one that is not in just now. Let me just check to see if anybody else has. All right. All right. So not waiting on the other two just yet. I'm gonna move. Okay, you're lucky now because I was just about to move. Yeah.
Sir, are you seeing me? Shani Moulton.
No, but he's not there. You never give me email address, Shani, so he must be there. I asked you to put this. Oh, you put it in a chat. Okay. All right. Now I'm seeing you, Moulton.
Okay.
I'm seeing Loris too. Copy. All right, I'm adding you guys now. Don't worry about it yet. I'll sort it out for you. No, it's not Nikela that I'm supposed to be doing. Is Shanae. So why is it not copying? Oh man, I said I don't like doing this thing. All right, let me just put it out. I don't like using the chat for this thing because it SHANAE.MOULTON 76. Ah, man. And it's important for me to set up this thing, so SHANAE. It's important for me to set up this thing because you guys need 20% of your online piece is going to your final grade. So the work that I'm going to assign to you on Edico is very important. So I need to do it so you guys can start. So don't have much time and I don't want you to be left behind. All right. LORIS. LORIS dot DACRES 01 at my.ecc.edu.jn. Uh, all right, Laurie Sanchoni, check to see if you've gotten your stuff for me, please. Yes, you are turning up on my class list now. So it's just, Daricia, are you in class? Because they still have not yet logged on. So we go to the student login, student view. Oh, is somebody, Shani, did you get in? Shani,
Yes, sir.
you got in?
Trying to get in also now, sir. I'm just checking in now.
Sir, a pop-up screen came up where it said continue and check. What do I
All right.
select?
Did you see all 5 green ticks?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Do you see any red X's?
No.
Okay, so click continue.
Okay.
The last person who is signing on, let me know when you get there, please. I need to move into something. I need to show you how to navigate the platform. I give you 2 seconds to do it.
Okay, sir. I'm seeing welcome to Edicosoft.
Not seeing it yet, sir.
All right. Are we all there now? Come on, guys. We need to move faster than this. Are we all there now?
Sir, I am there, but I'm only seeing too thick on a X.
No, but you see, that's why I asked you to share your screen. You never hear me? Share your screen, my love, because I need to look at the stuff. Because if you see an X there, it means that I need to fix it and I want to show the class how to. Well, just click on share screen, the green button at the bottom, or the top where one is. Loris.
I'm coming to you, sir. I'm using my cell phone. I'm trying to get over back to you.
Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem. All right. No, sorry, don't even go any further because the cell phone is going to be a little bit difficult. So
Okay.
yeah, don't even go any further. All right, so
I'm
let me go
unable to use my laptop until tomorrow because it's at the technician.
all right, no problem. So we can talk about that. So I'm gonna go again and go ahead and reshare my screen.
Okay, sir.
All right, so you just follow along, Loris.
Not a
All right, so this is
problem.
what good job. This is what the and if you're having any difficulty, you can drop it in the chat because there are students here that have used it before for previous courses. Okay, so the interface here, if I don't want my test schedule to be way up top because I don't want to be reminded of the amount of work I want to do. I can rearrange it. I can put it down there. If I want to see what assessments are due, I want to put it, sir, send me a message, I want to see my messages up here first. No, I'm going to put the announcement because sir does send announcements. I can put announcements up top. I'm going to put my Dropbox there because my Dropbox talks about assignments. And then I want everything else over there. Good. So I'm arranging my dashboard. So as I arrange my dashboard, that way I can click here that says save my current layout. So if I want to save that layout, I can just click save and see it go on and come back. It means that anytime I log on, that's the layout I'm going to see. Anytime I log on, that's the layout I'm going to see. Anytime I log on, that's the layout I'll see. Now, if I want to change that layout, I just go back and just change the layout and again. I'm just going to change that layout again. All right, so that's how you do your stuff. Are you with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, to the left, you have course tools, resources, communication, my account, and survey. When I click on course tools, I'm going to see syllabus, tutorials, assessment, Dropbox, my grade. But when you go to syllabus, it says no syllabus just yet. So I'm going to go back to my instructor view. And I'm going to attach my syllabus because I want you to have your syllabus. Your course is Math 1205. Applied Math for Hospitality. Hold on, where am I? I'm at Edicosoft. I stopped sharing screen and then I don't know where I'm at. Oh, I'm looking for applied math course outline, applied math for hospitality, math 1205. There you go. I'm gonna upload and I'm gonna click OK. And go to syllabus for me now and tell me if you see your syllabus there.
So where should we go?
Syllabus. On the course tool, click on syllabus.
Yes, sir. Seen math.
Everybody seen the syllabus there?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sharing screen.
Yes, sir.
Good. You go to syllabus. I just attached it here. Good. So you see Math 1205 AMH applied for hospitality. You don't have to download. You can click view.
Sir, what's to go again?
Yes. Say it again. Johnny, ask the question again. All right. So I'm sharing a new screen showing you what the syllabus looks like. It's a 45-hour course. Unit 1 says measurement. Says I'm supposed to spend 6 hours. My 6 hours ended last class. Technically, I'm finished with it, students. I just have 3 more calculations to show you how to do. And then I'm finished. I'll try and go through those today. So it says explain the measures of length, weight, volume. Have I done that?
Yes, sir.
Just one person? Anybody else believe that I've done that?
I believe
I
so.
only I
too.
was only I attended only one of your class because I got it late. But
Okay.
yes, in the last class you have explained to me, so I'll have to just try to see if I can get a catch up on the first ones.
No problem. And then it says use the conversion table to convert units of length, volume, and weight. Have you done that?
Yes, sir.
And then says we're supposed to measure of volume capacity, measure of weight, measure of length. We've done that, or those. So let's have a few more areas to just finish off. Shop measurements. You don't have to worry. We're really moving. Then now we have consumer arithmetic for unit 2. It says to define ratio and proportional parts, use ratio to calculate the occupancy level and contribution of departments to profitability, calculate percentages, percentage profit, percentage loss, discount percentage change, calculate salaries, wages, and overtime payments. Remember, I was telling you about my past student who had to calculate the salaries and wages for his staff member. See here, this is a topic he came under. Calculate wages and salaries, household bills, rate, taxes, simple and compound interest, unit pricing of given data. Talking about income tax gratuities. Of course, you need to know how to calculate your gratuities. Some institutions that you work with are not honest people. They get their gratuities and put their gratuities towards their revenue, and it is wrong. I have a student now who is working in New York who says whenever the gratuity whenever the gratuity comes in, and he collects, and the boss man collects the gratuity, the gratuity is not paid over. And when I ask about it, he's saying that he has no money to pay for it. No, the gratuity is money that the customers would leave when they are, in the restaurant. They will say, "Oh, I'm leaving this amount of money as tip." Sometimes it's charged to the credit card. When you go to some places, they will say that your bill is $15,000, and they give us space there to see if you want to leave a tip. And sometimes some people say, "You know what? I'm going to give $2,500 as my tip." It says $15,000, and you add $2,500. So tell them, swipe for me $17,500. No, that $2,500 should not go into your revenue. That's supposed to go towards your gratuity. What some bosses are doing, they are holding on to all the money that comes in, the revenue that comes in, and don't want to pay it over. So that's why, me personally, when I go to restaurants and I'm tipping the waiters or waitresses, I've never, can't recall, let me not say never, I can't recall ever adding my tip to the existing bill. If I don't have cash, I'm in a big cash around the table. Give me $100 until I reach, say, 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000, whichever amount we decide to give. All right? And I give them cash. When I give them cash, if them don't want to pay them no gratuity for them business, but at least I know for that given day, my waiter or my waitress is able to go home and a little change in them pocket. So let me pause the class and ask you, is there any truth to what I'm talking about? Anybody having that experience where the gratuity is not paid over, or you guys don't get gratuity? What is it?
So for me, sir, I don't get gratuity, so I have that experience.
Don't get gratuity either, sir.
You don't get gratuity? Are you guys casual workers or staff?
All right, so for me, sir, I'm a contract staff because I work in the banqueting department, so they don't really have like permanent waitress staff in the banqueting department at my workplace.
But if contract, yes, they're not going to give you a gratuity. So
we don't have any benefits.
No, but absolutely none. So somebody, and I'm so happy, Tracy, that you are doing this course, so that when you finish, you can seek from another institution permanent employment, because you're giving away these years. So God forbid, if you're sick, there is no health insurance. God forbid, if you want to go and purchase a house, there's no contribution to NHT. God forbid,
I have to pay that, I do pay the tax. They deduct it from the salary. They pay the tax. And you know something funny, sir? Today, the head chef at the hotel came, and I'm the person that is always assisting the chef when they come. And she came yesterday and she said, "Tracy, why when I'm there, you don't assist, but when I'm not there, you assist?" I said, "Listen, you're too miserable for my suit." I'm saying, "The way all you must say the way all you Brad, me no want in your space when you come, I want to get enough room to do your work." And she came back today and she was like, "Tracy, you know that we need a chef down there. You don't want to come down." And she was like, "But your boss not gonna let you go." And the chef beside me pinched me and said, "Tracy, them don't like pay money. Who know Pierre get more money than we. So you know you better look before you leave." I'm like, "For real?"
Yeah, but Tracy, sometimes it's not the amount of money you get to know. Job security is very important. So say, for example, you're getting $100 where you are now. But if you go and get the chef position and then pay the $75, at least you're going to get health insurance. You're going to get, at which point in time now you'll be qualified for gratuity. You'll have your pension. So the benefits will outweigh what it is that is happening. Because yes, while you're a casual worker, you should get a little bit more than the other staff, because they will expect you to be paying your NHT and your NIS and all these things out of pocket. So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Yes, you may be getting $100 now, and if you go over there, you're going to get $75, but look at the $25 that you're losing. God forbid you're not feeling well, you have a little health insurance you can rally on. A little money is going over to NHT. A little money is going towards a pension. So when you leave, you're now qualified for gratuity, because when occupancy level is high, like if summer months coming up now, you know, say you're going to be part of the gratuity. And sometimes when gratuity is being paid, depending on the occupancy level, gratuity can even be more than your basic salary. So think about it, Tracy, pray about it.
Sir?
Go ahead.
All right. On the topic that Tracy is on, right? I was, because I actually resigned. I was a maitre d' for 9.5 years, almost 10, like a few weeks.
Sorry. You're what?
A maitre d'.
What that is, no, miss? I don't know what that is.
Head waitress. A supervisor and head waitress, yeah.
So where you call that position?
A maitre d'.
Maitre d'?
Yes.
Oh, you see, at least I learned from you guys. So a maitre d' is a head waitress.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for teaching me something.
Yeah. All right. So in the hospitality industry as a supervisor, and then when you have a lot of, you're at advantage and disadvantage, because you see when you play multiple roles. I was listening to the conversation that Tracy's having with you earlier, what you said she assists and all of that. I did all of that because I did a course with the villa hospitality that I did all areas of the hotel industry first.
Right.
Then so I could go in anywhere, kitchen, dining room, front desk, wherever. And my personality is I love to help. So I'm busy. I don't want to see the function on the ground. I'm doing like 500, 1,000 big functions. And I ask, we don't get gratuity. I personally don't get gratuity. And when we have weddings and stuff, I do the decorations and all of that. And sir, when I ask for a salary, like an increase or a little something, it bring big argument as if you're not supposed to get anything. They said they're drawing out tax out of my salary, right? And when I go to the doctor, they said we have health insurance. And when I go to the doctor and we check the card, they say, oh, this not pay. It dormant. So when I check with the GM. Say, sir, so you draw money out of me pay every fortnight and me use my card and me not get no money. A good thing somebody have personal insurance because they work when I work. So when I ask him say, oh yeah, we have some problem and we not pay for a few months, we are gonna clear you up. So
right.
sir,
pause right there. No, Loris, you pause right there, so. You just pause right there, so. And every one of you in this class right now, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Somebody may think that we're wasting time having this conversation, but this conversation came up because we're looking at the content area for the mathematics. When we have conversations like this in class, and you understand the level of the conversation, when we are doing the calculations, you are going to be ultimately a part of what is being done. Loris, it is illegal for them to be drawing money out of your salary and not paying it over for your health insurance, for your NHT, because it will have implications when you're applying for your NHT refund. It means that when you put in your claim for your NHT refund at the beginning of the year, you can't get nothing.
Yes, sir, because NIS, I check by NIS because I have family member who works inside, and when I check by, they say, oh, your company not pay nothing, you know, long not pay no NIS. So I check back with the GM, and I say, sir, but you're not paying no money in your job. Oh, me saw you know that. I say, no worry, oh, me know that you better. I want my money in a job, no money out of my money, since you're not paying it anywhere.
All right, Loris, do me a favor. I don't want to disclose what company work, maybe classmates the way work. I don't, but do me a favor, my love. You are going to get all of your. Do you get a payment advice? You get a pay slip, a pay stub?
We only get pay stubs when we ask for it, because when we ask for it, it brings argument.
What? All right, Loris, me and you
Sir,
need to
we'll
talk
have
after
this
class. Yeah?
discussion after the year. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You and I need to have a conversation because you see, that is illegal. So illegal that if them people that go to them chances be lose them business. That is so illegal. No, students, you are entitled to your pay stub every single month because they can say to you that this is what we pay you. Let me ask you one last question, Lawrence, on air, and then we talk off air for the rest. Do you get your salary in an envelope or they put your salary to the bank?
In the bank, sir.
Okay. That's the only thing that they have to save you. Because at least now you can go to the bank and get your statements to say this is the amount of money. Because anyhow, and hear me out, students, if you get your salary in an envelope that them count out and give you the cash, and they don't give you a payment advice to it, do not accept it. If them send the money to the bank, it's a different thing. Why, sir? Because you can go to the bank, you can get a bank statement to say, this is the amount of money that comes to my account every month. So at least you have proof. Because if I give Loris $100 and nobody else don't see that I give Loris $100, I can say I gave her $200. So it's my word against Loris' word. But when I lodge the money to Loris' account, I mean, says $200, they're going to say, see, there's only $100 come up. So none of you accept it. I don't understand why we're so unethical. It's wrong.
Loris, you need to join a union, yeah? Anywhere you're working, you need to join a union.
Sir, but I can say something on that as well, because my cousin went through something like that similar. She worked at a well-established supermarket for years and for years. And she was in a transaction one day and the agent told her that no, nothing like that. They can't find nothing fair in the system. And she said, no, man, you miss more like a XYZ and them try to pay every month. And she's like, no, she not that anywhere. So I have open inquiry and she realized that nothing not pay for, no NIS, no NHT, nothing at all not pay for. And all the years, over 10 years she's been working there, they've been trying out her pay. And she get fired for it, and when she go there and she asks them about it and inquire about it, and them fire her, so she gets all her pay slip, and then she went down to NHT and it turned out in a one big
Ashley, you gone. I don't know if it's me gone or you gone. Anybody hearing me?
You.
Yeah, you, sir.
Okay. All right. So it's Ashley.
Sir.
Yes, Naomi.
Sir, you know my thing. You know my thing with my operation. They know what they got through. One time, Surgical called me and said, they don't get a payment for me. I said, I don't respond for that because I do salary deduction. When I go to the birth, I ask her, yeah, sorry, she never carried the check. You have to check up. So if you don't check up, them don't pay your stuff.
And thank you, Naomi. Ashley, I need to talk to you off air again. I need to talk to you off air again about that because they will fire you because you are smart. And I'm saying this to say to you, as I encourage you, my students, to do well in school. Some of your bosses and supervisors are very upset that you are doing this course because them don't want you to become more qualified than them. They want you to stay down so them can fling you around and box around and put you on contract break and then call you with them.
You know I love you, sir. You know.
Sir, oh yeah.
Me attack, sir. Me attack. Sir, me attack.
Sir, without sir, it's exactly what you are saying. Exactly what you're saying, because the general manager drum me up because the CEO asked me, like, mistakers, and he said, yeah, my mistakers I put gun on your head. I said, oh, I put gun on your head because everything you ask her to do, like I can't do without this one. Like I can't do without this one.
Yeah,
and the man
they're
upset,
not
everything
like you.
upset him. Everything upset him, sir. Everything upset him.
So therefore, I want a commitment.
Smart.
Yes, I want a commitment from every one of you. We're going to pass the course, we're going to finish so and we're getting back and getting steady because they are supervising us now because they have one little more qualification over we. They may have 3 more subjects than we and they're in the position. When we get to our associate degree, we're going to step over them. So I want your commitment that you're going to pass this course. All right? So we're going to have this conversation. Ashley, Loris, you and I need to have a conversation off here. Me and Naomi normally talk off here, but yeah, I'm saying to your students, don't let anybody, that's why you must come to class and do the work that teacher teach you. All right, look at this here now. So unit 1 is measurement, unit 2 is consumer mathematics. We're going to talk about defining ratio and proportional parts. We're going to look at ratio to calculate the occupancy level and contribution of departments to profitability. We're calculating percentages, profit and loss including discounts, salaries, wages, overtime payment. And that's another conversation that I'll take to the class. So I want you to recognize my math class is not just to come to math class and just to teach you math. I am teaching you and I'm relating it to the real world so that when you go back to your workplace, you know how to calculate, the stuff. And the man them can't fool you because overtime normally on the weekend is calculated at time and a half, but on public holidays it's calculated as double. So these are things that we're gonna have conversations about when we get to those topics. You need also to know how to calculate your household bills, your rates, and your taxes. We're going to also look at things like simple interest, compound interest, and unit pricing. All right, that's unit 2. Love this unit. Real life mathematics. Then we're going to move into some algebra. We're going to explain what linear equations are. We're going to solve linear equation one variable. We're going to translate word to mathematical expressions. We're going to solve simultaneous equations. And we're going to use linear equations to solve real-world problems, including those related to fixed and variable costs. All right? Very nice areas. And then now, second to last areas that we're going to be looking at introduction to statistics. We're going to work with summation notation as it is used to denote the addition of numbers. We're going to calculate the mean, the mode, the median. We're going to calculate ranges, standard deviation, and variances. And what we're going to do is to look at some statistical analysis of data presented in graphical form. We're going to do pie charts, histogram, frequency, polygons, and as these things relate to the hotel industry. And why we do this? Because sometimes you may be placed in an area, say you're in banqueting, and you want to do an analysis of the amount of functions that you have. You can plot a pie graph or a pie chart, same difference, and you can demonstrate how many activities or functions it is that you have over a period of time. And they may ask you to do a presentation on it, so forth and so on. So all of these things I'm going to show you what to do. When you go back to the workplace, I'm going to hate you because you're going to have so much more information than they have. And then finally, we're going to look at some probability. We're going to define probability, and we're going to use a formula for determining the number of possible outcomes. And then we're going to apply the computational device for calculating the number of possible outcomes within those combinations. And that's the end of it. The course evaluation is going to be lectures, which is what we're doing. Discussion. So you see somebody may sit in class and say, Lord, it not sound like maths. You see, it's a right here, is mathematics, and they talk about discussion. Can anybody say discussion right there? Right here, so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So I must have these conversations or discussions with you so that it relates to mathematics. That when you learn the math, learn it in context and you can relate it. It's like how Tracy and Naomi and Loris can relate the mathematics that they're learning to their personal experiences. This is what it wants us to do. We're going to talk about demonstrations, projects, research, presentations, tutorials, problem solving. Now, hear this. Your final exam is 2 hours and it's 60% of the final grade. Your coursework is 40%. 20% for EducaSoft, 20% for your mid-semester. Hear me out. We're not going to pass the course. Why I stopped everything I was doing, I'm going to come out of this. Why I stopped everything I was doing here earlier to go through EducaSoft with this, because I want you to understand. Oh, come on, Mr. Shan, you should know better than that. I want you to be able to start manipulating your EducaSoft. I'm not going to go to tutorials because, well, I can go to tutorials. Tutorials is really, these are all the units that you need to know. Units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Measurement is what we're on. So you click on measurement there and it opens up. Basic operations and measurements in the same system. These are all the things that we're going to do. We're talking about consumer arithmetic. It gives you the information, ration percentages, understanding percentage, solving percentage problems, support, and so on. And then the assessments. See them there? You have, I'm giving you 15 assessments. 15 assessments. When we, so we have them in chapters. Homework on chapter 1. You have your test on chapter 1, which is a measurement practice. Then your test on chapter 2, so forth and so on, all the way down to chapter 5. When you what is that? But homework on chapter 1, you have 14 questions. You have only 1 attempt. For the practice, another 14 questions. I'm going to give you 5 attempts for those. And the quiz, you have only 1 attempt. Because I know my students sometimes can get very lazy on me. Don't watch this end date to be August 31st, 2024. I will let you know when these 3 are going to close out, and I will close out these 3 accordingly. So for sure by next week, Tuesday we have class. Yeah, by next week, Tuesday, these first 3 pieces supposed to be done. So I'm going to change it in the system by next week, Tuesday's date, that I want these 3 pieces of assessments completed. Now, when I put the end date, let me just do it now and show you. Because what I don't want to have happen to you guys is that you guys believe that I'm joking. I am going to get the work out of you. You are going to be doing very well. I want you all to be able to go there and tell the people them say the 18th. You go to school in order to get your education and get your education in such a way. The 18th. And I'm going to put it at 11:59. Oh, sorry. I did this. I mean, serious business, guys. You not going to make anybody take any more advantage of you. You're going to go there and you're going to do very well. 11:59 p.m. Bear in mind, 11:59 p.m. is our 10:59 because we're the United States is an hour ahead of us. So now that I do this, I've done that. I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to go back to my assessments. I'm going to go back to my assessments, and my assessment. See, your assessments now come on your home page. Your assessment says, can everybody see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your assessments now say, yo, the man just give 3 pieces. They expand on the 6th. They expand on the 6th. And it is telling us that today is the 13th. So it says you from anytime now to that time. Watch me. Where was I? Oh, I need to show you the assessment. Can you see that the other assessments, as I talked to you about, will end at on the 31st, but the first 3 end on the 18th? That's what I'm going to be doing with you guys. Every week, I'm going to go into the system and I'm going to change the dates as I go along. Now, hear me out now. Hear me out. You see, when the 18th come, guys, and you're down to these 3 pieces of work, you're going to get 0. You're going to get 0. What I'm doing, I'm forcing you to do the work because you're not failing my course. You're going to pass this course, move out of college, move into the bachelor's program, get a big work, get to work a hotel. So when teacher want to come at the hotel, no teacher can get discount. It's an investment, you know. I'm investing in you, so you can invest in me.
I
And
like
I'm
that,
joking.
sir.
All right. So please, guys, and I don't want anybody to say, oh, sir, I was doing my homework on the 17th and then like go away. Don't tell me, don't wait until the night before. You have a couple of days. Today is the 13th. You have 5 days in order to complete the assessment. 5 days to complete 3 assessments. Don't take it over. You can say one complete it or no. I mean, once you start it, you have to finish it because you only have 1 attempt. All right. So please pace yourselves. There's going to be a weekend in there so that you can complete your assignment. All right. So that's the assessment. There are times I will give you a Dropbox piece, and that Dropbox will be an activity. I may, it's like how I want to give you some questions on the topics that we've done so far. I will put those questions in your Dropbox. I will also mark it, and your Dropbox grade will also go towards your final grade. Sometimes, you know, you're going to a course and you don't even know what grade you're going there with because the teacher never tell you what percentage you're going with. That don't happen in this class. The students always know what percentage you are going in the exam with. All you need to do is log on to the system. All right. The other pieces, I don't need to go through those with you just now. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Question.
Go ahead.
So, when we go on EducaSoft to take the test, are we going to have a limited time? Like we're gonna have an hour or so, like
No,
we're
man.
gonna have the mid-semester?
I didn't time.
Oh, good.
Anytime so you can hold it to do about the assessment.
I can start it and pause it, save for later. You can come back later and start again.
Some of them you can do that, but when you're doing the homework, you can pause the homework and come back and do it. So you can do the homework over a couple of days. But once you're doing a quiz, the quiz has to be done in one sitting.
Okay, sir.
Are there any questions? Any additional questions? All right, no? All right, so what I want to do, go ahead, please.
I'm still not seeing it.
Oh, Rockstone. This is Moulton?
Francis.
I'm not seeing it yet, as I told you about the laptop situation, so I will check tomorrow. Man. Yes, sir.
Hey man, you're fine, Loris. Moulton, can you share your screen for me, please? Sorry, Francis, can you share your screen, please?
Wait a minute. We can move on until my phone, please.
Are you also using a cell phone?
Yes, sir, at the moment.
And that's the problem. That's why you're not seeing like what the others are seeing, because the cell phone navigation, because it's so small, it takes a while.
So can I wait until my sister the
absolutely.
iPad?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
thanks.
No problem. Okay, so let's go. Alrighty then. So having set up EducaSoft, and we are where we're supposed to be. I am just trying to find my little notes. Forgive me. There you go. We need to just wrap up this conversation. I think I have enough time. I want to finish off this conversation tonight. Remember, now, students, you have work for me. I actually start collecting your past papers. Now, as I'm wrapping up Unit 1, I want to get the past papers. Once you get the past papers, drop them in the group. Drop the past papers in the group. Because when I come to class, and I said, okay, fine. Today we're going to spend the first 20 minutes to work a past paper question. And that's why I do it. So that when exam time come, we'd have worked most of the past papers. So all we have to do now is just go back in your book so we can find the question and we just practice and practice and more practice. All right. So it's very important that we get those past papers. Remember, there are some things in this class that I will do, and there are some things that I will not do. One of the things that I'll not do is to come into class and set up no WhatsApp class. No, that is your responsibility. One of the other things that I will not do is come to class and say, okay, guys, I'm going to get some past papers for you. No, go online and get those past papers. Like we work them together. Yeah, man. So those are your responsibilities. My responsibility is to come teach and paper explain to you and questions for you. All right, let's go. So we continue now. So the last time, on Tuesday, we spoke about, I think this is where we stopped. The number of portions. So yes, that's where we stop at 1.75. All right. So where we are now is or as purchase cost. Remember, I just want to refresh your memory. Remember, the as purchase cost per pound was $1.58.
Yes, sir.
Good. Remember now, sir says to you that ropes, when the man them buy the stuff and them have them waste and them support and so on, are they going to stand the loss of the trim or they're passing it on to us?
Passing it on to us, sir.
Good. That is called the edible cost per pound. You see, the as purchase cost per pound is $1.58. The edible cost per pound is going to be $1.73. So it's a point I was making in terms of the Burger King example, porting Burger King. Supposedly I don't like this teacher, you know. Every day I come to class, I call up my name. So what I'm saying to you is the as purchase cost per pound is $1.58. But because we had 2 pounds of trim loss, Burger King said, I am not standing those 2 pounds loss. It is unfair for me to stand the loss of those 2 pounds. So what Burger King do now is to calculate the edible cost per pound, not the as purchase cost per pound. They calculate now the edible cost per pound, and you recognize the edible cost per pound is $1.73, much more than, well, not much more, but it's still more than what the edible cost per pound is. What's the difference between $1.58 and $1.73?
Sir, it is they call it.
Sure, that look like 25 cents, sir.
You
So the
sure
same.
25 cents? You sure you want to say 25?
Alright, 15 cents, sir.
15 cents. All right. So this is 15 cents. Now 15 cents may just look like 15 cents. You said, sure, sir, we can do without 15 cents. But what if all right. And so you know, I went recently to a little birthday party in one of the, one of the hotels, the restaurant in one of the hotels in the corporate area. Food was pretty nice. I'm not gonna deny that. It was very nice. But the money was also nice. Like a plate of oxtail, I think it was like 20, either 23 or $29 US. And I smiled to myself and I said, hi, sir. And now I said, but you know, the amount of money spent on this in US dollars, you could have go buy your own pound of oxtail or 2 pounds of oxtail and cook it and la-di-da, But of course, the truth of the matter is, if I take that approach, you guys will never have a job. And sometimes we're just tired of our own cooking and want to dress up nicely and go and sit and enjoy the ambiance and, just live the life. You live only once, and I will recommend that you all do it. If you can do it once every other month, do it. Spend on yourself and just feel like you're there. But I'm saying this to say to you, 15 cents may look like only 15 cents and kiss the teeth on it. But in reality, I'm only using these. How much are you going to buy green beans for $38 a pound? The money is a little bit of money. So the truth is that 15 cents could very well be 50 cents, could very well be $5, could very well be $50 that we're talking about, right? And in our Jamaican context, it could very well be $500. So we have to be very careful of not looking at it and say, oh, sir, the difference is only 15 cents. No, that's not our problem. Our problem is we recognize that the banks, not the banks, oh, Jesus, so the bank come in. We recognize that the food chain stores are not going to lose the cost of the something. So they're not going to sell the thing for $1.58, which is as purchase cost. Am I making any sense? Okay, I don't think you guys hearing me.
Yes, sir, hearing you. The last thing you
Okay.
said, if you're making any sense. Yes, sir, you're making sense.
Yeah, man. I'm saying to you, okay, Lawrence, I said that. So I'm saying to you, when they're pricing their items, they're not going to be using the as purchase cost per pound. No. What are they going to be using now when they're pricing the food?
Edible, sir.
The edible cost per pound. Yes, man. And I'm going to say, but hold on. The 158 is what I buy. I have to trim up the food and cook the food and cut out the fat and take out the eye and take out the sting out of the lionfish and take off this and take off that and I had a conversation recently about alligator meat. Alligator meat is a delicacy now and chances are more than a pound of oxtail. And people are buying it because them say it nice. They are nasty if you ask me. But the point I'm making is it is an edible cost per pound because when you cook the alligator, you're not going to be able to eat the skin. So all you're doing is just using the gut of the alligator, the fleshy part of it. But you're going to end up buying the whole alligator. All right? So I'm saying to you that what you're going to be pricing the item at is your edible cost per pound. Now we need to know how to calculate the edible cost per pound. And that's what we're going to be doing now. We need to know how to calculate the edible cost per pound. All right? So there we go. So the edible cost per pound is that we're going to be using our as purchase cost divided by the edible weight. The as purchase cost divided by the edible weight. Johnny, are you in class? Is he in class?
Yes, sir.
All right. Remember the conversation we're having about you. If your items are consistent in production, that we do to calculate on the percent every time because you know that you come with a particular standard. Remember that conversation?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is where it becomes very important now, because if there is variation in your product, it means that every time I buy meat, my edible cost per pound is going to go up. So it means now that my menu card will change every time. Like every month, say I buy the meat per month. Every month, okay. Let me just be realistic. How much is it for a patty now at the patty companies?
Over about 350, sir.
Yeah, about 350.
No, only too wicked. Oh, unless you're not talking about cheese patty and chicken patty.
280, sir.
280. 280 is what I bought a beef patty for the other day. But if the chicken patty and the cheese patty is more, yeah. Yeah. I think the cheese patty, them charge must be about $50 more for the little piece of cheese in there. So that must be about $330, and the chicken patty can be more. Okay, fine. So we're in the ballpark range. But let me use the beef patty. That is $280. All right? The beef patty that is $280. Now beef patty will be sold at $280 for maybe a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe for a year. But guess what? After a while, when Juicy and Sugar and Spice and Tasties and whoever else make patty recognize that there has been an increase in the cost of beef over the time, they will have to change the price. Like I saw something on TikTok that says patty now gone up to $290. So Johnny, I was saying to you that if there is no consistency in the purchasing of the meat kind or the food stuff, it means that every time I buy food, my food price is going to go up. Now, if me have a corner shop, and yesterday me I sell a box lunch, the coffin box for $100. And then tomorrow me I sell it for $120. And the next day I have to go sell it for $125. What will happen to my business?
So you can answer the question again?
I'm saying to you, if when I sell my coffin box $100 of food yesterday, because we buy pork for more money today, I have to go sell it for $150. And then the other day now, I have to go up and go buy a different one, so I have to go pay $155. So every time them come buy a pork box, the price gone up. What is going to happen to my sales?
Yes, sir. You think your prices fluctuate, so you lose customers because of it.
Excellent. And that's the point I was making earlier when we were saying to you that we have to consider the whole stuff being consistent, because consistency now will tell you that I can keep my as purchased, my edible cost per pound to be $1.73. So when I look at that menu card, I can go to Burger King for argument's sake. And sorry, I can go to Tasties for argument's sake and buy a patty for $280, $280. Even though Johnny, there is a slight increase. Remember the last time we were saying 91.8, 91.5, 91.7. The yield percent varies slightly. It is fine because we're getting a still 91% range of edible product. But when it is that we are going to have a drastic change where we're edible product now gone down to 85%, we have to go increase the price, or else we are going to operate at a loss. So our edible cost per portion makes a whole lot of sense. Our edible cost per pound makes a whole lot of sense. So here what it says. It says the chef or the manager can now compare the edible cost per pound of $1.73 to the $1.58 as purchase cost per pound for the green beans. It says in the prepared form. This is a form of cost analysis. Once the cost analysis has been done, the chef or manager must also consider quality of product and preparation time. The edible cost per pound provides the chef or the manager with the information necessary to make important food decisions. Am I going to increase the price? Am I going to stay that? And you know the truth is, if an oxtail meal is $29 US in a 5-star hotel restaurant, but the oxtail price gone down a little bit, and instead of them buying the oxtail for $1,500 a pound, they might get for $1,300 more, so they must save $200 a pound on it. Let me ask you a question. The saving of the $200 for the purchase of the something last month, do you think that the companies, when they drop the price of the food from $29 US to about 25 or 28 or 27 US dollars, or do you think they're going to keep it at the $29?
We're going to keep it at the $29 to remain with their gain, sir.
Absolutely. 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 So you have to be very careful and very mindful of it. All right? Quick question. As I look at the edible cost per pound, let me ask you, see if you guys are on the ball. Sometimes you go to a restaurant to buy food and they say to you, it takes 25 minutes to prepare the food. What are they doing?
It takes they said when they said it takes 25 minutes to prepare the food, sir.
What am I do with it? They go catch the food, or what am I do?
All right, sir. It begins. It's a possibility there are other customers ahead of you, and it also depends on the amount of chef or cooks in the kitchen, and also depending on the amount of time that your food itself take to prepare. So, like with curry goat and like probably oxtail and so forth, you know that those are already pre-cooked. So those won't take a lot of time, but they want to ensure that the guests that are ahead of you is also served before you. So they're gonna give you a certain time that you don't sit and wonder what is happening with the food, but they know that they already give you a time, so you know that yes, that's your waiting period.
Sir, all
All
right,
right. So Tracy, so you're saying, sorry, go ahead, Loris.
The 25 minutes that they give you, it depends on what you order too. That's a factor. So you have some meals that are done to other, like any form of Alfredos or potatoes or stuff, plantains or those side orders. So they give you a time period. So it's like it normally would already in 15 minutes. But some persons, it depends on the pace of the chef and the pace of the waiter or the waitress. So then the 25 minutes, even when it's 15 minutes, they tell you 25, I still have the customer have a time period so they don't wait too long or have expected time when the food will be coming out.
Okay, excellent. So let me ask you, Tracy, and the rest of you. So you're saying to me then that when you're having like those heavy meats, the lamb and the oxtail and the curried goat and the shoulder steak and pepper steak, and so those are all pre-cooked and then frozen, right?
Not all, sir, some, depending
okay.
on the restaurant.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So what I'm saying to you, you're all supporting my point. What I'm saying to you, sometimes they would purchase the items, and they would purchase the items at a higher price. And a higher price item is that they say they purchase oxtail at $2,500 a pound. And at that time, they would have bought, say, 20 pounds of oxtail. But the price of the oxtail now dropped. But when the purchasing manager and the chef go inside of the fridge and say, whoa, we have 20 pounds of oxtail that we pay $2,500 for. So now that the meal price for $29 US. The price of oxtail dropped, but me still have how much pound of oxtail, 20 pound of oxtail in the fridge. We need to pay for the higher price. So me can't drop the price until that the one they finish. And me make back the money, a little profit off of it, because remember, the price of oxtail drop now. So because the price of oxtail drop now, people think say the price in the restaurant won't drop, but no, you're still holding that price because the food that you prepared was out of the old price batch. Am I making sense there?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Me.
And what the man them will do now is say, whoa, oxtail is at a low. Oxtail gone to 1,800 and it is coming from 2,500. So the man will say, here the plan, me go buy 20 pounds of oxtail at the $1,800 and then put it down. And by the time them buy the 20 pounds of oxtail and put it down, oxtail gone to $2,800. You think so they're going to reduce the price because them have the $1,800 one? Or them going to keep it at the same $29?
Sir, I believe that the price will remain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because everybody goes into a business to make money. So that's why the edible cost per pound has to be calculated. And coming back to you again, Johnny, there has to be some level of consistency where we purchase our raw goods. Because if there are fluctuations in it, the edible cost per pound is going to change. Look back at the table here. Remember, the edible cost per pound is calculated based on all of this here, the as purchased cost per pound. See it here, let me show you again. The as purchased cost per pound versus the edible weight. So it's the as purchased cost per pound over the edible weight. Now watch me. I'm saying to you is my edible weight. I said edible weight a while ago.
Sir, you're still showing your screen?
Lord have mercy. Why you never tell me that, man? Sure. Me
Yes,
the
sir.
screen and show it now.
I'm seeing a screen, sir.
No, you're seeing it now, but it was paused. It was paused. I apologize. Thanks for highlighting it, my dear. Thanks for highlighting it, yeah. I apologize about that. Are you guys understanding? Because I don't want to be getting very excited while I'm teaching, and I don't want me to teach up my soul case and I'm not learning. No, not learning.
Yes,
Yes, I'm
Sir,
not understand
let me
that's
try
how.
catch on.
Who will try catch on?
Me, sir.
Me, who? Ashley?
No, sir, it wasn't me.
Who is that to try catch on? I didn't get the name. Who's trying to catch on, please?
Sir, teach your class. I mean, say so.
If I clap you, see Tracy, the people then put it on staff. If I clap you, Tracy, then put it on staff and put the general manager. All right, come. All right, let's go. So, Johnny, from Johnny, come, leave the chicken out of the pot and come, man, Johnny. All right.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Right. So I want you to look at this screen, Johnny. So you see what I'm saying to you, that if my edible portion fluctuate to about 18, don't you think that is going to affect my yield percent?
Yes, sir.
And don't this edible cost per pound going to be more than $1.73?
Yes, it will be higher, sir.
It will be much higher. So let me ask you now. You see, you remember the last time you're saying, no, sir, you can't maintain consistency, support, and so on. Let me ask you now, do you believe that you must now try to maintain some levels of consistency?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's the motive. That's the goal, to maintain consistency.
Yes, that's it. We have to. We understand that, we may not, our supplier may not have enough and we have to go somewhere else, but we can't just give man a $5,000 and say, here the plan, go and go buy 6 pound lettuce or whatever it is, because it's going to affect your edible cost per portion or your per pound. It's going to affect it. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go to our edible cost per portion. What we did just now was the edible cost per pound. Now we're going to edible cost per portion. There are two different things. The edible cost per pound is when it is that we recalculate the edible portion with the edible cost per pound, as purchase cost per pound. The as purchase cost per pound is calculated based on the amount of money you pay for the goods over the total amount of weight that you'd have purchased. All right. Now, the edible cost per pound is now going to be, instead of using. Say it again.
Yes. What I said about the edible cost?
Now I'm saying the edible cost per pound is going to be the edible portion, the edible weight, which is our 22 pounds in this case, and we're going to use the same $38, because remember, the $38 is what it is that you would have paid for the item. So in one case, we're using $38 divided by 22 pounds. In another case, we're using the $38 and dividing it by 24 pounds. I don't have that there. Oh, I don't have that. Strange. Right. We use the $38, right? So we use the $38 divided by the 24 pounds, and we're going to get $1.58 per pound. So there are two calculations that we need to do. The amount of money we paid, which is the $38, versus the amount of pounds that we purchased, which is going to be 24 pounds. That is going to give us our as purchase cost per pound. The edible cost per pound is going to be that amount of pounds that we consider to be edible, which is going to be the 22 pounds, and we use now 38 over 22. In one case, it's 38 over 24. The 38 over 24 is going to be your as purchase cost per pound. The 38 over 22 in this case is going to be your edible cost per pound. Let us look quickly now at our edible cost per portion. And I think that wraps it up pretty much right there, because that ends it right there. Yeah, that's just an explanation. Right, that's cost factor. So that ends it right there. Let's just look at so all of this is cost factor. I can do that. Let us look at the edible cost per pound, and then we end it right here. Proportion, not pound, but proportion. So in the edible cost per portion, we know how to calculate the edible cost per pound. The edible cost per portion now is the cost of each portion when the product has been purchased in the as purchased form. AP is the as purchased form. So as previously determined, the edible cost per pound tells the chef or the manager how much 1 pound, of course, which is 16 ounces, of the edible product costs the business to purchase. Serious talk. However, since the chef is selling the green beans in 3-ounce portion rather than the 16-ounce portion, he or she must calculate the cost per 3 ounce. And to calculate the edible cost per portion, the chef uses the number of portions determined previously. Though we know that we calculated 117 portions earlier. We calculated 117 portions earlier, but we paid $38. We paid $38 per pound. We paid $38 per pound for the green beans. So we have the $38 and divide that by 117. We're going to get 32 cents per portion. Sir, why we use 117? What is 117 representing again, guys?
The amount of portions, sir.
Amount of portions. Very good. It is representing amount of portions. So we got 117 portions. Now we have to price the portions. So to price the portions, though, we have to use the 38. We have to use the 38 because the 38 is what we would have spent for the item. So it's going to be 38 divided by the number of portions, which is 117, and then we're going to get 32 cents. What are we saying here? That 32 cents is going to be 32 cents per portion. It's going to be 32 cents per portion. All right. And that's what that is. I'm finished with this table for tonight. There's one example, other conversation I need to have about, and Shanice, leave me alone if I find another food example. You know, once upon a time, you go to Port Royal and you order a fried fish. Tell them say you want a nice parrot or a nice snapper fried fish. And once upon a time, you could get a big fish in your plate. Because what they would use is maybe a 1 pounder or a 1.5 pounds. And you get one big fish. Anybody buy from Port Royal? Tell me what is happening recently.
That's my previous job, sir, before I went back to where I'm currently working. And
are you serious?
You hearing me, sir?
I'm hearing you, but are you serious?
Why is it so?
Bishop them, foreshore or seaside?
It was that Wine Up Bar and Grill.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
And what they do is sell you a pound of fish. You don't choose your fish. So they weigh the fish, and sometimes it's little, less than a pound. Sometimes it's more than a pound. If one don't weigh a pound, you will get 2, and so forth, and you get a side with it.
Yes, you're right. Because that's the very point I want to end the fish. What them do, the man them, because them can't get the 1 pound anymore. The man said, so don't worry, man. We'll take the half pounders. And when them take the half pounder, sometimes you get 2 fish. Now, me glad when me go to Port Royal and me open my box and say I have 3 fish in there, you know. Me glad both. You understand? So that's exactly what is happening. So they're not losing in any event, because it's when them get a small fish, them say the plan, give me the small fish. Because it now means that if the customer is supposed to get a 1 pounder, I am going to give them, if I can get 2 half pounders in the plate, I'm going to give them 2 half pounders. If it don't reach half pound, sometimes you open the box and find 3 fish inside here because it's 3 small fish. Because the man them still have to boy, Mr. Chinese is something else, you know. The man them have to calculate their edible cost per portion, because if they don't do this, they are going to operate at a loss. If they don't do this, they're going to operate at a loss. All right. I'm gonna yeah, never mind. I'm gonna end here. Students, I crave your... Go ahead, my love.
No, man, yes, you were saying students. I said yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm gonna say that I'm gonna end here. I know some of you may have a class after this. I'm ending here. I really have a serious interest in this class. You guys have to make a promise to me that you are going to go on your EducaSoft starting tonight. You don't have to be now, and just read through your tutorials. You're going to read through your tutorials. You're going to answer your questions. Guys, If you fail to prepare,
Gonna
prepare
put
to
you for
fail.
failure.
So if you put in the work, you must pass because that's how the equation works. Big up on yourself.
Okay, sir. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too, Homer.
Sir Sean. Sir.
Good evening and welcome to Primetime News on air and online. I'm Isabella News and I am Andrea Chisholm. And coming up in business news, Caribbean and African leaders reach agreement with the improvements to trade. And of course, we also have the business report coming up. What do we have coming up this evening? Dr. What's the trade with African countries? It's not used to being in this position, but anyway, exciting developments in the world of sports. And Jeremy Brown is here with a preview. Jeremy, over to you. All day, the talk has been about the unveiling of the regular Copa America team, and that team has been met on several after the unveiling of the true fun squad. After big announcement, tell you more. Exciting times, and for a look at what's happening with the weather. Here's Jeremy Robinson. This team is shielding the people tonight. We're also expecting some shows in the afternoon tomorrow. There's also sports with commentary and Eat Prime in this newscast. But before the break, the feedback question. Easy, we're asking, what do you make of the demand by Jamaican footballer Leon Bailey for